Happy Pride Month, everyone. So I'm trying to read exclusively Pride books in June, exclusively queer books in June, apart from the books that I'm still finishing from May and the couple that I have to read this month for tours. But one I definitely think is queer and I'm not sure about the other. However, I've just come on to Scribd. Oh, that's how long I've been talking, to try and make some audiobooks, and to be honest, have only found 5 that seem to fit the bill, which is a little bit disappointing. But I know that Scribd isn't always the best. Like, you can put in a book that you want and it'll take you to about 50 other books that are nothing like it. So I think for now I'm going to start listening to Claire Lydon's London Actually while I sort out some piles of books for videos that I need to film. Okay, scratch that. So I found all of Claire Lydon's books. Apparently the one I was going to listen to is the 5th in a series, so instead I'm going to start with The Long Weekend. Now, honestly, from reading this, I think that this is going to turn out to be, you know, I've been looking for a kind of Heidi Swain but of the queer world. I think Claire Lydon might be it, but don't want to speak too soon. Gonna start listening to this now. Good morning. So I am growing out my fringe at the moment because, note to future Charlotte, if she ever decides to put a fringe back in, growing out a fringe is that's the only way I can describe it. You can see my poo cushion here. I love it. Anyway, so I finished a book last night. Unfortunately, it doesn't really fit with the theme of this video. It's not a queer read, but it's one that I had been reading. And this is Karen McManus's Two Can Keep a Secret. This is the 3rd Karen McManus book I have read, and I just love the kind of easygoing mysteries of them. I picked this up when I was in a bit of a reading slump and it helped me get out of it, but I just wanted to get it finished last night so that I could move on to my queer reads. This was sitting around a 4.5 star most of the way through. The ending was a bit too neatly wrapped up for me and I didn't quite enjoy it. I think I felt the same about some of her other books, but I'll continue to read them because they are just easygoing, not too much on the old noggin. Noggin, when have I ever said that? Anyway, so yeah, finished that last night. Now I'm just looking up at the pile up here because I don't know what to start. I am absolutely loving Claire Lydon's book. Is it The Long Weekend or something about a weekend? I'll put the picture here. I'm listening to that via Scribd, and I think I already said, if you don't have Scribd, if there is a link down below where you can get a 60-day free trial, and with that I get a free 30 days, which I'm always very grateful for. But even if I didn't get that, I would still stay signed up to Scribd because Scribd is amazing. Right, let me turn you around and I'll show you the books that I have got to choose from. So I've picked all these books off my shelf as apparently they are all queer. I'm really tempted to go in with Red, White and Royal Blue, but it kind of scares me because I've been told how brilliant it is and I don't know. So, ooh, I think I'm going to go for Felix Ever After, if I can get it out, because I should have read this one already, and yeah, let's give that a read.
Like your smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love when it's you by my side, shining through the cracks like the first morning light.
So this vlog has just taken was going to say a nosedive. No, a nosedive's a bad thing, isn't it? Let's just say a complete different turn of events, because we took Nana out for lunch. Really enjoyed that at the Field Head. I had this really amazing like prawn cocktail starter, and then I had this grilled halloumi salad. I was too full for dessert. I am never too full for dessert. However, me and Tom then decided to go to Loughborough because he wanted to get an axe to cut down the big tree in the garden. Had a little look in a couple of charity shops and purchased a couple of things, which you've probably seen in this video. I did treat myself to Detransition Baby by Tori Peters, because everyone tells me that I should read this and it has sprayed edges. So I treated myself to that. However, me and Tom just decided to have a look if we could find a cheap premiere in and go for the night. Hannah ended up booking to go to Derby for 2 nights. So I'm just quickly going to pack a suitcase. I am going to take some books with me. So I'm going to take Felix Ever After, because I've obviously already started reading this one and enjoying it. And then, because people on Instagram have told me that this is the one I should pick up, I'm going to take The Black Flamingo by Dean Atter. I almost picked up It's Only for the Weekend or One for the Weekend, which is Dean Atter's new book. If I get this one read, who knows, I might pop to Waterstones tomorrow and pick it up. But for now, we'll take this one. And then I just thought, in case I get a bit too... I think these books are both very similar in that they're both YA queer stories. So I thought I'd also pick up Legendborn, which is a fantasy book, which again has been on my TBR for ages. I'm only going for 2 nights, but I want to get a lot of reading done. So I'm going to go and pack those now. And I'll take you along with me, because why not? I think I'm going to have a little pamper session tonight. And yeah, I will take you along with me.
Living in your arms as years go by. It's easier to love, oh, oh. Easier to love, oh, oh. There's nothing like the way that you adore me. I can feel love from miles away. And the light in your eyes tells me stories of life in a more perfect place where I wanna stay. It's easier to love when it's you by my side, shining through the cracks like the first morning light, feeling like a child through the days and the nights.
So Tom has just unpacked. My suitcase is still over there ready to unpack. But he has a book. He has The Shock of the Fall. And don't you just love this beautiful hardcover? I have read and really, really love this book. Couldn't find my copy. So he bought this off World of Books, I think. How much did you pay for it?
£3.
About £3, and it came in perfect condition. But what I really wanted to show you was the beer selection that he's bought. So I don't know what my husband is planning for this weekend, but he definitely has enough beer. So, as you may know, I do not care a jot about the Jubilee. Not a fan of the Royals. That's that. However, we are in a premiere inn that is literally there. I'll show you in a minute. And there's a beacon lighting happening at the cathedral. So, we thought we'd come and check it out because I like fire. Oh yeah, and I don't think I've already mentioned to the vlog, I'm pretty pissed off because inside the cathedral, we walked in to see the, what was it called?
Peace doves.
The peace doves, which were absolutely lovely. But this woman took one look at my belly and went, oh, congratulations. And people like that need to get in the bin, basically. So I'm pissed off tonight. That is that.
Living in your arms as years go by. It's easier to love, oh, oh. Easier to love, oh, oh. If the sky...
Good morning. So I'm feeling a bit less annoyed today after the when are you due, congratulations, whatever comment. And it's just after 10. we're gonna head out into the charity shops this morning and see if I can get any good bargains. My fringe, I still haven't decided whether I'm actually growing it out or not, because yeah, who knows, but I'll try and take you along with me.
It's falling down on me. You'll be the one that's by my side to lift away from me. And if I find myself in reckless seas, you'll be the one to pull me back into reality. Nothing like your smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love, oh, oh. It's easier to love, oh, oh. Easier to love, oh, oh. Easier to love.
You used to call me sweetheart. It was different when we first met. Fast car with your hand on my headrest. Wow, your voice was my favorite sound. Oh.
So, in a strange turn of events, Tom is not feeling very well, and so I'm taking myself out for lunch. Now, it's usually the other way around. I've just dropped the bits that I bought at the charity shop off back at the hotel. I will show you them in a separate vlog, because I have a few bits at home that I was going to do a charity shop haul with anyway, so that'll be coming probably next week. So yeah, I might take you along with me again.
Miss me. Haven't seen you in a while since you did what you said you would never do to me. Well, click, click, bang, bang. This sweetheart ain't so sweet. Broken heart in a skin-tight black dress. I can look good through the madness. I don't play nice like I did before. You had me on a leash and you liked that. These puppy dog eyes now bite back. I don't play nice like I did before. It all went up in flames. You used to call me sweetheart. It was different when we first met. Fast car with your hand on my headrest. Wow, your voice was my favorite sound. Oh, but now you say you miss me. Haven't seen you in a while since you did what you said you would never do to me. Well, click, click, bang, bang. This sweetheart ain't so.
Just like that, I am back from Derby. That was a completely kind of unplanned 2 nights away. My hair is, yeah, the less said about that the better. Yeah, completely unplanned. Just went on to Premier Inn, found a cheap room and thought, yeah, let's go. So I love you boys, but go away. But yeah, so completely impromptu, did some fabulous charity shopping. I started off looking, me and Tom went kind of through the main city centre, and I went to the ones in the Into centre. No, it's not an Into anymore, it's Derby on. Went into Derby on. The ones in there were all a bit dry. No books, no clothes really. Not even clothes that I liked but weren't in my size or anything. It was just A lot of dark colours, a lot of not really me. Went into the Oxfam bookshop, which was really good, but any of the books that I would have bought for the £2 they charge in there, they were really beaten up. So there were a few that I'd read but need a copy of, so I mean, I'd happily pay £2, but you know the kind of condition that I like them to be in. And then I did get some clothes, which I'm going to show you in a separate charity shop haul. But then we went into Cancer Research and I picked up The Miseducation of Evie Epworth by Matson Taylor. Now, I thought that this was a queer romance, but from reading the blurb, I don't think it is. But I don't know whether I was getting that confused with The Miseducation of Cameron Post. But it sounds good and I love the bright colours of it, so I'll give that one a go. As you can see, that one was £1. So like I say, the charity shops had come up pretty dry for books. And then I went for a wander back into Derby on the afternoon yesterday, and I stumbled across this cats protection shop, which came up really well for the books. I think I've shown a clip. They had Sweet Pea there. They had The Love Hypothesis, which I hated, by the way. I don't think I've ever talked about that in the vlog. I thought The Love Hypothesis was terrible. Don't shoot me. However, I did pick up 4 books. Now, these were £1.50 each, but as you can see, all in perfect condition. So I picked up Betty. Now, I got confused because I thought that this was Patsy. I got the two mixed up. So it was Patsy that I thought I was picking up. So I don't actually know anything about this one, but it says, born in a bathtub in 1954 to a white mother and a Cherokee father, Betty inhabits a world of poverty and loss, of lush landscapes and blazing stars. Basically, it says on the front, a coming-of-age story filled with magic in language and plot, and I'm looking forward to reading that one. Then I realised I'm quite a seasonal reader, and I haven't got much kind of autumn. I have got Thursdays in the Park that I want to read in autumn. And this, I mean, I don't know if it is set in autumn, but it sounds like it should be to me. And it's Abby Clemence's Amelia Gray's Fireside Dream. Now, doesn't that look completely autumn appropriate? And basically, Amelia Gray's making over a house, but will she end up making over her whole life? This looks in perfect condition. I doubt this has ever been read. And I need to make sure that this and Thursdays in the Park I get to autumn time. Can you tell I'm a bit brain fogged today and I have to go to work this afternoon? I then picked up The Spanish Love Deception because why not? And this is a wedding in Spain, the most infuriating man, 3 days to convince your family you're actually in love. I reckon this is going to be enemies to lovers, which I love. It's quite a chunk of a book, actually. It's 468 pages, so looking forward to giving that one a go. And then, just because it was in such good condition, I picked up The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Dannon. I haven't read The Roommate yet, but I do have it on my TBR, and I'm pretty sure that once I pick it up, I'm going to want to go straight into this one. And then we've arrived home today, and I've had this gorgeous looking piece of book mail. This is from Literally PR. I basically squealed and said yes when they offered to send me this for their blog tour. It's basically the kind of thing that I love, and I don't really want to tell you any more about it until I've read it, so I'm not going to. As this was meant to be a queer reading vlog, let me just update you that I am halfway through Claire Lydon's, it's something about a weekend. It's either called The Weekend Away or The Long Weekend, and I'm not sure. I'm really torn on this one because 5-star for the way that the lesbian relationships are. I'm really loving that. I'm loving the kind of community feel of it. But there is a lot of diet culture reference. There are a lot of just things that I don't like in books. So it's like there's this I don't know how to explain it. There's this like juxtaposition in my head between loving it and every few pages hearing something and going, ugh, you know. But this is her debut, so I'm going to persevere and hope that the later books, that gets knocked on the head. And then on the opposite to that, I am about this far through Felix Ever After and know that it's going to be a 5-star. This book is fantastic. There are Harry Potter references in this, but I did look online, and the author case and calendar, this is an Own Voices trans book, and this I believe was published before her Turfsome came out as a TERF, and going forward later editions of this book will have all those references taken out. So I think that is really good. And yeah, I'm just loving this book. It has everything. It's a kind of coming of age novel. Felix is an openly trans man who is still, as all teenagers do, questioning his identity, his place in the world, having troubles with friends, falling in love. There's just so much packed into this book, and yet it feels believable. So I'm gonna sit, I've got about an hour until I go to work, so I'm gonna sit and read another chunk of this, and I'll update you tomorrow. Good morning. Well, it is the something of June, the 5th of June, and I've just finished this. Now, you might be able to tell from my voice and my demeanour that I have just had a sob at the end of this one. I'm going to call it now that this is going to be my favourite book of the year, and I really don't think that anything could even come close to this. I've just texted Victoria and said, you need to read this because remember the feels that we got from Full Disclosure. Well, wow. That's all I can really say. Everybody should read this book. Everybody. This is the story of Felix, who is an openly trans man who is still questioning his own identity and dealing with general teenage shit, I want to say, but also an added layer of that when one thing that I really like about this, and obviously my experience as a cisgender straight passing white woman is completely different to that of Felix, who is black and queer and trans, and I really liked how this book looked at the prejudice that Felix got from within his own community, and yeah, just wow. I don't think I'm in the right headspace to give a good review of this one, but I loved it. If you haven't picked this up already, don't be a Charlotte, don't sleep on it, go and pick it up now. So I mean, I'm sure I don't need to say this, but that is definitely a 5-star. I'm just looking up here at my stack of things and I don't know what to read next. I'm not in the best headspace, so I'm trying to pick up something that's not gonna put me in a bad place. So I'm thinking that I might go for either You're the One That I Want or Only Mostly Devastated, because they are obviously both Grease retellings that are queer, and I mean, what could go wrong there? I will definitely pick up one of them. I'm gonna go and have a coffee first, and then yeah, I'll tell you which one I decide. So I'm a little bit more composed than last time, a bit more dishevelled. I need to get ready for work in a minute. I just wanted to share, where am I have started You're the One That I Want by Simon James Green, and I've said before on this channel, imagine if The In-Betweeners was filled with queer characters, and that's what I get from Simon James Green. Again, YA is not really my bag anymore, but I always know what I'm getting into with Simon James Green. It never goes too deep, it always just makes me laugh, and so yeah, started giving that one a read this morning. I have had a really interesting arrival come from Amazon, and this is the Wellbeing Journal, which is in aid of mind. Now, it's not a surprise, that's not the word I'm looking for. It's no secret that my mental health has been up and down, but I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to talk about it, because I don't have my feelings around it kind of straight in my head yet. But I feel like there's this kind of gaping hole inside me that I have been doing things to kind of paper over the cracks for a while, and from the outside it looked like everything was okay, and I've been waiting for NHS therapy now for I think since June or July last year. So yeah, but I've got to the point where papering over the cracks isn't working anymore. So I was going to take a step back from BookTube, but actually I really enjoy making videos about books, and creatively recently I've been feeling a bit more inspired. But I think there's possibly going to be less personal talk here for the next couple of months. I don't know, you know what I'm like, but I just thought it was important to kind of say this publicly, that I'm talking about it to the people that need to know. I've been talking to Victoria, and I've been talking to Tom and some of my other friends, and yeah, I don't feel like I can talk about it all publicly just yet. But I always just want to make it clear that the internet can be a highlight reel. So I have actually deleted Instagram off my phone. I'm still going to use Instagram, but just not get into the, you know, mindless scrolling. And yeah, I'm gonna put a lot of work in over the next couple of weeks to just try and, yeah. So anyway, that's that, lying under that for now. I am going to work this afternoon, and I will probably come back to you with vlogging tomorrow, because I have a couple of things at the post office which I believe could be book mail, so I might share that with you tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be back. Good morning. So I just wanted to finish off this vlog, have a little bit of a rant, and show you some book mail. So firstly, this scratch here. Ernie was under my blanket yesterday. I've been feeling a bit mentally rough, so yesterday I just had a blanket and Chinese food and tea and biscuits and toast kind of day. If you suffer from any mental health problems, you'll probably know those kind of days. So that's what I did yesterday. I'm feeling slightly, teeny bit better today, but I know I've got a lot of work to do. But that's not what I want to talk about here. Firstly, the rant. It's not really a rant. I just wanted to address it here. I've already addressed it on Instagram. I'm no longer going to I'm no longer going to Slimming World, and that is because while I'm still going to be following the Slimming World plan mostly from home, I'm going to still try and eat more fruit and veg, still try and kind of build my daily plans around 3 meals, because that's really good for my mental health. obviously yesterday I didn't do that, but I find that when I'm mentally low, I get into just picking and it just doesn't sustain me. But I don't want to go to the group that I was at because, and to be fair, so the two things are quite separate. But firstly, I don't want to have to weigh in and that be the measure of my success, because I am using scales at home and I'm actually not that bothered by the numbers. I'm looking at a graph. I don't actually look at the number on the scale. I've got it set to pounds, which I don't really understand anyway. But it's just really cool to see that it like I said before, it kind of goes like this, but it is generally in a downward trend. But also, I didn't like the way that when I last went to group, my consultant basically tried to poo-poo exercise, and I hate the kind of narrative that every week your measure of success is on that scale. So yeah, I'm not going back to Slimming World. I'm not gonna shit on Slimming World because I do think that a lot of the plan is kind of common sense, but at the same time, it was little things again. Like some days I might want cereal and then a sandwich, and you can't do that on Slimming World. And yeah, so that's that about Slimming World. And oh yeah, I didn't like the narrative as well, that I don't think that this is completely a Slimming World thing, because I haven't found this with consultants in the past, but I remember people talking about like gains and things, and the consultant at this group was like, but what did you do differently? What did you do? Have you not been tracking it properly? Have you not been? And I just thought, I can't with that, because bodies are just bodies and they do weird things. And yeah, so that's enough about Slimming World. I also want to share with you some book mail that I had yesterday. Now, one that I haven't got up here with me is Jessie Burton's The Miniaturist. By the time you've seen this vlog, the read will be over anyway, but you're probably following on my Instagram. But firstly, I got my pre-order of You Are Not a Before Picture by Alex Light, and I literally sat and read the first chapter of this yesterday, and when I finish filming this clip I'm going to read another chapter. This is, so far I think that it's just a really good up-to-date kind of version of why diet culture sucks. So yeah, happy to be reading that. And then another pre-order that I really want to get started straight away, but I'm putting it off because my currently reading pile is ridiculous. And that's Bridget Kemmerer's Forging Silver into Stars. This is set in the same universe. Look at those sprayed edges. This is set in the same universe as the Cursebreaker trilogy. So Emberfall, Shill Shallow and all of that. And this, well, I thought that it followed Tycho, but although Tycho's in it, it follows Jax and Callan. So, I've just read something here. I think this might be queer. Or I might have just... no, hang on, listen. But magic won't save Jax or his best friend Callan when the tax collector comes calling. Jax and Callan are desperate enough to take a stranger's silver and to aid an anti-magical plot against the king, until Jax develops feelings for the king's courier, handsome Lord Tycho, a man determined to discover who's conspiring against the throne. Suddenly Jax and Callan are embroiled in a world of shifting alliances, dangerous flirtations and age-old magic, where even the deepest loyalties will be tested. Well, if that is queer, I can definitely get that into my Pride Month reading, can't I? Oof. Right, let me just compose myself after that one. And then the third one, I was really kindly sent by the publisher to provide a review. This, I'm not on a blog tour or anything, it's a kind of read in my own time, so this will probably to next month, and that's These Impossible Things by Selma Al-Wadani. And I mean, I've put this on my Instagram. It says she recognised that they were all existing in a perfect moment, and eventually it would have to end. Other times it would felt like they'd always been this way. These Impossible Things charts the dreams and disappointments of a group of British Muslim women. They've been friends for most of their lives, the three of them together against the world, yet one night changes everything. And then I stopped reading because just want to immerse myself in it. So yeah, that is everything that I wanted to share with you today. I'm not sure how long this vlog has been over or when I'm next going to do a vlog. I'm just going to go with the flow with my content at the moment. So I hope you enjoy that. I'm still... I don't know, I'm still like just trying to figure out who I am and what I'm doing with this booktube thing, which you'd have thought, I mean, this month it's my 3 years on booktube. I think it might be, you know. Gee, whew. And yeah, I still don't know what my identity is here, but we just go with the flow, don't we? We just go with the flow. So I hope you've enjoyed this bit of a mismatch vlog. I will bring you that charity shop haul soon. It's on my to-do list, but for now I've got to go to work and adulting and all that stuff. So until next time, look after yourselves. Bye.